Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We have another question. What can you do to clear up your mind when there's a lot of nonsense going through it? How do you clear it up? I do have a sheikh, but I don't know how to approach him.
Well, the first thing you have to do is approach him. You don't know how, you must approach him. And if that sheikh is powerful enough, like I said, there's so many different sheikhs, so many different levels. That sheikh is a powerful one. You must be able to approach him. If you cannot, you're going to approach his representative. If you cannot, there must be a jama'at there that you can approach. Allah is saying, be a jama'at. Allah is saying, be with the salihin. Be with the salihin. That is an order. He's not even saying, be salihin, because he knows that we are weak. Be with the salihin. Be with the jama'at. If you're alone, that time shaitan can easily attack you. If the animal is alone outside of the flock, then wolves and hyenas and coyotes can attack it very easily. But when we're with the flock, even if you're the weakest one, there are others who can protect you. In association, in gatherings, maybe there's one hidden friend of Allah there, that he opens his hand and because of his dua, all your troubles are going to be lifted. It is important to be, yes, to be a jamaat, to be a community. So if you cannot reach your shaykh, reach his jamaat. Be with the salihin, be with his jamaat. Being with the jamaat too is not just to sit and to have fun and to eat and to drink and to socialize. That's not a holy gathering. That's a gathering also for the dunya. You say, oh, I'm not cheating, I'm not lying, I'm not doing anything. No, you're not. But when we look according to the criterion of ihsan, you've forgotten your Lord. Any gathering that you're not mentioning Allah and His Prophet, you have forgotten your Lord. And it's not blessings that's going to come down. You may not cheat, you may not lie, but you have forgotten your Lord. Zikr, physical zikr, and the zikr that goes on inside of you. Once you start hanging out with the jamaat, you know, okay, then these are the things that's going to help us to remember. Tasbih, it is important. They're so opposed to tasbih, although there's a tasbih belonging to Abu Hurairah. There's a tasbih that Holy Prophet ﷺ used to have. They used to make tasbih throwing stones. Tasbih, it is important because that helps you. And this helps you because you're speaking. You're saying Allah, 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 and you're talking to people. You may forget. And you're speaking to people. Then you remember, I'm holding a tasbih. Let me say more Allah, 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 Allah. And that's the time. This is a reminder of Allah. There's a time when you start wearing sunnah clothes. This will be a reminder of Allah. I see a person wearing a turban. He's reminding me of Allah and His Prophet. I'm seeing now others. They are going to remind you of Allah. These are the ways of making a zikr too, to remind us. Then there's a time when you're in Jamaat, you're with the Salihin. You'll be able to approach your shaykh, not in a physical way. And you'll be able to be guided. And all that confusion will be set aside. Of course a man is going to be confused if he's alone. All his inner demons are going to come out. Yes? You start thinking, you start imagining. I know it's terrible. To be alone is one of the most terrible things. That even Holy Prophet ﷺ, when he traveled from Sidratul Muntaha all the way to Divine Presence, and Jibril ﷺ had to stop there. He says, Ya Rasulullah ﷺ, I cannot move one step, one hair's thickness closer because the divine light is so strong, I will be burned. I will be finished. I will be perished. From here on end, you have to go alone. And he says, Ya Jibril, you're leaving your friend alone. And Awliya Allah, they are saying, I forgot the actual number, but something like 7 times 70,000 years, Holy Prophet traveled alone, meeting Allah. And Holy Prophet ﷺ was afraid of that. So to be alone, especially in this world, in this century now, everything is designed to make you to be alone. To be independent, to be unique, to be alone, not to stay in Jamaat, not to follow the Jamaat, not to follow a leader, but to be alone. There's a time when the demons inside of you, the shaitans inside of you, that they say the nafs is 70 times more powerful than shaitan. Shaitan is just whispering. Shaitan on the day of judgment, he's going to say to Allah, he says, Ya Rabbi, they blaming me for doing all these things. I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't push the button. I didn't take the knife. I didn't do any of this. I just whisper. The man is just doing it. He has a will. He can say, I'm not going to listen to you. But he wants to listen to me. But I'm not responsible. How is shaitan able to penetrate us then? If we're ahsani taqwim, how is the shaitan able to penetrate us if we're made in the most perfect form? If Allah has made us to be Khalifatullah, how is the shaitan able to penetrate us? It is the ego. It is the nafs that Allah has put together with the spirit. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He created the spirit and the nafs, and Allah is calling the spirit and saying, who am I and who are you? Our spirit immediately knows. You are my Lord and Creator and I'm your creature. But when Allah calling the nafs, saying, who are you and who am I? That ego, your ego and my ego. That's why in the Naqshbandi Tariqat they're saying the man's ego, if you don't think your ego is worse than shaitan, is worse than Firaun, is worse than Namrud, is worse than Abu Jahil, then you don't have faith. Because shaitan did not go in the presence of Allah and says, you are not Allah. But our ego says, you are you and I'm me. To Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are you and I'm me. Immediately, you exist, I exist. We are the same. You are Lord, I am Lord. You are creator, I am a creator. That hidden shirk is inside of us. All the other statues, all the other ilahs, physically, they're gone. They are finished, they're done, correct? No longer the Kaaba Sharif is surrounded by idols. But as the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, when he returned from the war, he says, now I've returned from the small jihad to the bigger jihad. They ask him, what is a bigger jihad? What can be a bigger jihad than losing your life, losing your property, losing your loved ones, destroying everything for the sake of Allah, sacrificing everything for the sake of Allah? Is saying, now is a struggle against your ego. That is the bigger jihad. And that is what tariqats, they are concentrating on. Because now we're looking at the hidden shirk. Because as long as that ego, we're not controlling it under our control, then the ego is controlling us. And the ego is capable of saying, you are Allah, I am Allah. Shaitan, one mistake he did. One. Allah is saying, bow down to Adam alayhi salam. And he says, no, I will not. You made a mistake. I will not. I'm more superior to him. He understood the reasons. There's secrets to that too. It's not just bowing down to Adam alayhi salam, making sajda. The angels are making sajda. Understand what that means. That means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, now that one that you make sajda to, he is superior to you. You're going to take knowledge from him. He is going to teach you about me. You are not coming directly to me. You have never. But now I put someone there who's going to represent you. Because humans have been created for what? To represent Allah. Who is Adam alayhi salam? Who is in Adam alayhi salam? All of us. All of us are in Adam alayhi salam. Primarily the Holy Prophet alayhi salam. Making sajda, meaning now we must know, we must take whatever Allah has given from him. Shaitan says no. But one mistake he did. How many times we disobeyed Allah? If we are sincere, which I think everyone is, we understand. How many times have we disobeyed Allah? So now tell me that the ego is not worse than shaitan. Shaitan still believes in Allah. Shaitan never says there is no Allah. Every time we are complaining, we're saying, why are you doing this to our Lord? We are objecting. We have inherited the characteristic of shaitan. But he did it one time. If we are doing it continuously, we're in big trouble. Pray 5 times a day, 50 times a day you can pray. Read Quran 24 hours. It doesn't matter. You still have that inside. It is still rotten. In your heart, it is still rotten. Fix the heart, then the whole body is going to move. You don't fix the heart, the body may look healthy, but it's only a matter of time. It's going to fall. So, don't get confused. Be with your Shaykh. Take his teachings. Be in a Jamaat. Find. If you are sincere, if you're honest, then you're going to know. If a man has cancer, if he knows he only has X amount of days to live, he's going to run around trying to find a cure. If we understand the sickness that we're going through spiritually, we must run to find a cure, inshallah. It's a long journey. It's a journey that is going to continue until we die. Inshallah, may we pass from this world in safety. There's no guarantee. We are not like others who are saying, oh, just say one time and I'm saved, I'm saved, I'm saved. No, there is no guarantee. That time, because there is no guarantee, we are running for the sake of Allah. Our stations are going to rise higher and higher. Inshallah Rahman. Yes, Usman.